Hello and welcome to the Cardboard Bunker. My name is Pieburn and we are back in Space Engineers. I'm actually meant to be getting ready for work. It's morning here in Aussie land and I just could not wait to start fiddling around with my ship. I really want to just get some of this gear down and start building the refinery. I'm a little bit inspired. I'm going to grab a couple more of those. Fill up on that. Probably don't need that much actually. 2, 3, 4, 5. That will do. Fill up on that. Cool. Now that that's sorted, let's go back down here. Look, I left the game running for an entire day. Not for the bars, which has been slowly building this whole thing out. That looks cool. I think that looks awesome. I took off the ribbing here for now, mainly because I want to do some external work and then build it from this row. Yeah, I wanted to build this external wall up here and then build it up and over so it doesn't look like it's starting a block in. And I didn't really want this stuff in here built, but I kind of needed it to be for now. Inside here is 2 connectors. You can probably just see it in that squeezy space there. There you go. They're technically not locked. Let's just check up on these. Good. Not locked. Here you can see the heavy block, the heavy armor walls. And you can also see the gap for the piping. I know I'm doing a vanilla series, but technically not a vanilla series anymore. I generally do use quite a few mods in my previous gameplay before I started doing the YouTube. And I used weapon mods and I used nanobots as well as bars. I've also used quite a few other different mods in the past, and scripts I kind of used 1 or 2 but not a lot because I had so many mods. So I wanted to challenge myself to actually start using more scripts, as it were, and I wanted to make sure that I was giving myself enough of a challenge and enough of a giving myself that joy of figuring things out and getting my brain working and making sure that I'm thinking. We don't use our brains a lot nowadays. You don't know something, you just look it up on Google. And I'm chatting and I'm not focusing here. I've done this wrong. So we want to come out 1 block from there because this will be walkway. This is where everyone will walk. And then here will be where we start piping in the refineries. So I'll just do that for now. And speaking of refineries, we do need one to be able to place one. We're going to be using the full refineries here. Oh. Oh. Yep. Right. So you have the refinery there. And then we need to, where is it? 7. Bring this across. We're going to have the modules sitting on here. Then we need a gap to walk between. Then the modules. Then the other refinery. Now, I like doing it this way because it keeps the piping hidden, but it also keeps the piping protected. And we need redundancy. Everything needs redundancy in this. If one direction gets damaged, then we need to make sure that we have the other direction, another pipe saved. So that will be 4, 6, 8. 8. So that's 8 refineries there. We need to make sure that we have more than that. So I'm going to build another row down here. Can we put it in that gap there? Yes. Yes, we can. So we'll get rid of this one, put a junction. And another junction. I'll build this out. And then this can get connected here. Yep. And now that we have 8, let's build up more refineries. Yep. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm trying to get myself used to using no crosshairs, because I think that it kind of looks a lot better from a viewer standpoint when there's no crosshairs. I don't mind seeing, if I'm watching another YouTuber and they've got no crosshairs, I don't care at all. It's a personal thing for me, is remembering to switch back and forth between crosshairs and no crosshairs. So if I do a cinematic shot, if you can even call them that, that, you know, it kind of looks cool if I'm decided to float across a scene. You don't want to see any of my HUD, nor do you want to see crosshairs. Okay, so that's a bit bigger of a gap here, but I kind of want that for a walkway, and we are leaving space in between, and here there's a double space. Ooh, don't know if I want a double space. I think I want a single space. Thank you for warning me. And the main reason I'm doing these ones first is because we've got so much material to process. I need to start really thinking hard about getting that processed as quickly as possible. So yeah. What I'll do next is I really want to, yes, we need to make sure we can airlock a lot of this stuff. So I'm using a lot of connectors because I want the connectors to, I want the blocks to be I want the layers to be airtight compared to the layer above. We need as many sort of bulkheads, I think is the term they use in the Navy, the real world Navy. And you can see now heavy armor, and then we're going to have that multi-layered armor, as in the same as we have over here, with the heavy block, the blast doors, the half block, and then the light armor behind it, or even the heavy armor behind it. That's all going to be layered here, and you'll see all the junctions we already have. So definitely redundancy is a big thing here. So, and that's not attached to anything. You don't want to have any floaty bits. Nobody likes floaties in their ships. So what I'll do is I'll stop my recording for now, and then I'll come back once I have placed a few more blocks. Ooh. And there's some good timing. So Pam, I set Pam on for 24 hours to dig a huge hole. I'm quite sure if we went out there and had a look, oh, Pam's still actually active technically. Progress is 10%. Oh, Pam is waiting for uranium. So let's see. 24 hours does take a lot. Actually, let's do manual, because I've got some manuals. I'll go here, C. And let's swap out that for uranium. Try and get all the uranium in one. We may need to go set up a uranium run. I know we've been getting heaps of stone, and that's where we're getting most of our nickel, iron and silicon from. But if we have run out of uranium, even this one's running low. And that's where it's all going by the looks of it. Yep. And Pam has 15. And 6, right. So I'm going to go into the large reactor and turn off use conveyor. Oh no, the conveyor system is off. So that is the script that is filling up. Actually, I was watching a Twitch stream the other night, Primus NZ, and he has been really working hard with getting Izzy's inventory inventory management script. If I can speak clearly here. Working and doing some really cool stuff. So I think what I might do is actually just Control 2, stop, and then we'll set up a new mining. Do I have time? I don't have time to do that now, so I'll have to do that when I get back into the recording. Alright, well, I'll come back a bit after when I've done a bit more recording and see how we go. I won't even turn the bars system on. I nearly said it. Wrong bar system on just yet. I'm going to fill out this area, and that gives you an idea. So we've got 16 refineries decked out just there, and it is tiny compared to how big the ship is. Those refineries are nothing compared to how big this ship will be. So that's just to give you an idea of scale. Some people ask about scale. This is the scale we're talking about here. We've probably still got another 5 or 6 blocks deeper to go here into the bowels, because we need to have hydrogen storage, actual storage. I'm probably guessing close to 50 large containers just to hold all the material. That's why we dig so much and mine so much stone and use so much stone, is I try not to waste a thing. Not because I'm some sort of, conservative hippie environmentalist. It's purely because I know I'm going to need it, and it was so much easier just to refine the stone with a bunch of refineries than it is to, set up little mining jobs for iron here and then another little mining job for iron here. But yeah, let's get these 16. We may even need to double that. We may need to put a total of 36 refineries here. We don't know. We'll find out later. Anyway, I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, so having some technical issues. I've had some technical issues before, but mainly to do with the audio. I've got a new mic, but I can't use it yet. I'm still waiting for my my mixer to come through, which will hopefully improve my sound. But in the meantime, I've set up Pam to go down and get some more uranium. There's 2 little patches there. I don't think we're going to get as much out of that uranium patch as I'd like. While the audio was down, I started doing this. Blast door blocks there. We also have heavy armor blocks, and I probably will do another armor block thing over here, but I wanted to show you this side of it. And basically, if I can, here we go. I can space engineers, I promise. Basically, we're putting these in here to give the guys like a little bit of extra protection, and to border the blast door blocks. I won't be doing that over these, but I will be doing just the normal heavy armor blocks here, and I'll be doing them like this here. This shape. 5. And this here will be heavy armor blocks too. But I'll build them up in the meantime. 6, that's what I want. We'll figure out those shapes again soon. The whole point being here, we need to give ourselves that extra protection. This is meant to be a very durable ship, so I don't know, I'll probably mention it a few times, I don't know if I've edited them out. I will slow down how I speak so that I can speak more clearly. As my grandmother would say, enunciate. Say the word you want to say, but say the whole word. Got that one in a second. Try and bring in a more rounded idea there. I'm going to come down here and walk through this as if I was in gravity with my mag boots. It is kind of cool. Okay. We're walking at this height. That should be pretty much it, height-wise. Okay, let's try that again. But that seems like a pretty good height. We come straight back over from there. I had another prettier pattern, I think, before. And that's not what we wanted. We want heavy armor. We'll try and put windows and things like that in this section as we go, but I don't think that windows will help us too much. Once okay, I will try and put some windows through there and through here, but I think once we have windows, this entire area starts becoming very, very, oh, how pretty is that? This area starts coming very, very weak. I know this is kind of, this isn't like the command center. This is meant to be a almost ornamental command area so that the captain can stand over the top while people are around here. Ooh, missed a block. While people are, you know, coming in and out of the ship. We still haven't figured out this problem here. I honestly don't know how I'm going to do that. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put them in the comments. I want this so that you can walk straight across. But this is the base and this is the Janus. We don't want to have the Janus and the base actually connect. So when we may need to use merge blocks or something like that down here to hold everything together properly. I don't think a connector will hold it properly. That's a problem for later. That's a problem for a later pie. So yeah, that's kind of the, obviously I'll be putting in the missing parts in here, but at the moment, just to give us an idea of the shape. Thank you very much. So I'm going to leave the episode here. I've got a pretty busy week coming up ahead. Here you can see the general shape of the observation deck. You can see we are starting to really build out the area inside, and I will double this, so we will have 32 refineries in here, which does mean we are going to need a crap ton of power. I don't know if that's going to get me demonetized or make me age gated, but honestly I don't think it matters at this stage. So I'll figure all that out at this a little bit later. Next episode we'll start to really build in the shape of the observation deck, maybe put in some windows. We'll start building up the outer skin down the side here so that we have a pattern to work with, and I'll also start building in the inner skin here. I think I'm going to use these as braces rather than having all of this as a walkway and walkways, or not walkways, but you know, completely covered in. I may every say 5 or 6 blocks put in a brace or something along those lines, just to make it look a little bit lighter. As it stands, I have a feeling we are going to need more than just a couple of iron thrusters to push this along, and I also have a feeling we're going to need to sneak and hide some iron thrusters inside the outer shell, outer armor here. You can see it's starting to come along. As I said before, this is still basically the top deck and the outer hull coming across the top here. Underneath here we still need living compartments. We're going to need hydrogen storage, normal storage, and we are also going to need the ability to not die from energy, but we also need the ability to be able to shoot missiles and all of that. We've still got lots and lots of work to do, so I will leave that for a future pie, and this pie is going to say good night, have fun and enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.